Hello everyone and welcome into a live stream. Hi the Black there. Hi over the Kadabaya. Hi and welcome. Hi and welcome, hi and welcome, hi and welcome. And today is gonna be a good day.
Is that because we're playing Factorio again?
No, you fool. It is, in fact, because we're working on something different. We're working on Botty! My goodness. Can you... it jiggles a lot, I do have to say. Okay, it... right, it jiggles a lot. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the pickle, here's the problem. Here's the situation, you might even say. You see, everyone... hold on, let me fix up my microphone first. Well, that's... There we go, that should be a bit better. The problem is, Botty sucks. It sucks. It sucks completely. It's terrible. And as such, today we're just gonna completely remake Botty. Completely. And I do mean completely. Isn't this fun? Just dismantle it and then try to remake Botty from scratch with a completely different design in mind. Hopefully using some tracks. You know how annoying it is, by the way, to look up information on how to make proper tracks? Because every single time you look up a track, you get the road definition, not the tank track, and you have to look them up by tank tracks, but then it shows you things that are more biased towards actual tanks, which is not what you want. Doesn't matter, that's a bit slight tangent. The point is, this is Botty. This is Botty, on which I've been working on and off for the past month, but the problem is, working on and off on something never leads to great results, and so I am switching up my strategy, and this time I'm gonna give Botty my full-ish attention, not complete full because I still have other videos to work on, but, you know, at least kind of full. And hopefully this will speed up the process. But first we need to, unfortunately, dismantle all of Botty, which will be... something. Shit, I just dropped my headphones. Okay, there we go. Let me just change up the... Why can't I change up the shutter speed? What's happening? Fancy shirt sleeves like fanboys wear hoodie or sleeves. Oh, this is not a fancy shirt sleeve. Timon, this is a lab coat. Here, have some proof. It is in fact a lab coat, because with a normal shirt I wouldn't just be able to get a bunch of fabric off me. Okay, there we go. Now I can change the shutter.
You could if it's oversized.
Are those Raspberry Pi Pico Ws or normal ones? Well, that depends, because which ones you're referring to, because these right here are actually Raspberry Pi Pico 2Ws. This is a Raspberry Pi 2.0, and this is just a normal Raspberry Pi 5. So, take your pick, to be completely honest. I'm a fan of... Oh yeah, and also, I completely forgot that I can just make a headless installation on the Raspberry Pi. So, we absolutely will be able to work with Raspberry Pis on streams. It's just that I need to make a headless installation for them off stream, which shouldn't be that difficult. Anyhow, anyway, time to dismantle Botty. The reason why it took me such a long time to dismantle it, by the way, because it's been sitting on my thing for quite a while. The reason why it took me such a long time to actually get dismantling Botty is because... Hold on, I just realized I had the wrong lights on, that's why my shadow was casting. The reason why it took me such a long time is because the gears are actually interlocked together in such a way that I will need to snap them. Which is a bit of a waste, but I mean, it happens. Hi, the Timon.
Sorry, I'm dying a bit.
Well, I'm really glad that you joined in the stream to cough. That's good.
Sorry,
swallowed my water. Okay.
Yeah, I
Ignore
mean,
me.
it's dangerous stuff, water, you know? Quite risky. Hope they don't put labels on that. Actually, hold on, give me a second. I just need to get one thing real quick.
You gotta be the only person I know that could drown in a completely dry area.
Oh, I can drown without drinking water. Like sometimes I just swallow my own saliva and then I start dying. And then after like I don't know, a minute of coughing, I just
Hey,
yeah,
drinking
I
water
come.
is not an easy skill. I get it. It takes practice.
I mean, people have drinking problems, yes.
Exactly. Okay, so bless me.
Bless you.
Ah, I'm blessed.
I will not.
Ah, coward. Hold on, I need to play some Iron Man music for myself in the background.
Hedgesperm understands me. Thank you.
Ban time and whoever writes that is gay. I don't understand the message completely, but alright. There we go. So, the basic idea is simple. I just need to unscrew all 70 trillion screws from Botty. And then... Hold on. I need to pick up my power supply, which I use almost exclusively as a... There we go. As a Botty holder. I am gonna remake Botty completely with tracks this time instead of wheels, because... I think I am finally skilled enough with SolidWorks. My skills have improved a fair bit since I started designing Botty, so right now I imagine I could handle tracks easily. Okay. Yeah, like for example, right here I have a gear at the end of the whole thing. In order to get that bearing out, I need to snap the gear, which is easier said than done. To be completely honest.
I would say that sounds pretty easy to do, even after taking into account that it would be easier to say it.
Ah,
Well,
shit.
yeah, because you're a car mechanic. Make it isn't.
Also,
It's snapping a gear made of plastic.
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna snap it with. Actually. Ah, shucks. Yeah, no, that won't do the trick. I do have one electric power tool. What's it called? The tiny spinning thing. Whatever it is.
Do you know how little that narrows it down?
A screwdriver.
No, power tool.
Like electric screwdriver.
Of all the choices,
That was
the
honestly
wrong one.
impressive. Like, oh, I have that fruit. What's it called? The fruit. You know how little it narrows it down. Oh yeah, the carrot. Right.
My favorite.
I basically described almost every single power tool in existence and time it whenever.
Okay, is it for?
I can just take it out of the
Electric
box if you want. That's
Okay, is it for?
Electric screwdrivers exist. I meant an electric
That's-
screwdriver,
That's
obviously.
called a drill.
that is
It's
true.
called a drill. Anyway, does it cut things?
Yes. It
Okay,
would be
that's a Dremel.
okay. Dremel,
Or a
thank you.
rotary tool.
Yes, it was a Dremel. I kind of assumed that given the context, it would be obvious what I'm referring to. Because like
Well, electric screwdriver, you know.
obviously to cut the gear.
Yes, you're screwing stuff.
As you do.
And,
But yeah, I do have a Dremel, so I imagine using a Dremel I could do that actually. But that feels like a little bit of an overkill. I don't want to damage the bearing.
It'll be fine.
No, alright, fair point. I haven't used it yet, so this would be a first.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
That's.
Bystamp.
I mean,
Buys,
they
yeah.
take a bit of practice to use. They're not exactly like.
Well, yeah, but you know, we're here for the sake of practice, so
Okay.
I'm all for
Well,
it.
as long as you don't mind reprinting things.
I'm gonna
because-
reprint this entire thing. This entire thing is going to the trash.
Well, the gears.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying not to break.
I
the
need to
motors, right?
snap them. After,
Okay.
like, the thing is, you've been here when I was designing the gears, so... But, hold on, let me show you what I mean. I can just open up the solid books file and show you. Oh, piss off, just get out of the... Oh, whatever. I don't open up solid books. It's gonna take, like, 7 hours for it to turn on, so... Just
It'll be
need to just
fine.
patient in the meantime. Okay.
Your cat needs you.
Yeah, it do be meowing. You know how fun it is when your cat just yells at you at midnight? You're trying to sleep?
I wouldn't know. I don't have a cat.
I'm gonna dissolve mine in acid because it's really pissing me off.
Based. I mean, no, don't do that.
Make
That would
it
be bad.
Why are you breaking Botty? Because well, the spirit of Botty will live on. It's just that I'm completely
But to do that, the spirit must be freed from the physical body.
exactly, yes.
So, not to be confused with the physical body.
Yeah, those are two different things.
Yes.
You could just put the old parts on an auction and sell it to whoever bids the most.
I don't think
That
there'll
is
be
how an
much.
auction works, yes.
I don't think there'll be much traction for that sort of thing. Hold on, I need to
You'd be surprised.
body parts. I mean, I am keeping them, but that's mainly because I'm a hoarder. I have that fun idea. There is a thing you can do where basically, because all of plastic is basically effectively made from hydrocarbons, right? So basically, there's a thing you can do where if you use this specific kind of electromagnetic radiation, then you can break down the hydrocarbons in any plastic back into just like oil and such. And one thing I would like to do in the future is just completely melt all of my plastic into delicious, delicious oil. There's gonna be so much doing here. I need to. I might need a Dremel. I will need a Dremel for this because I don't really see much of any other way. Like the layered idea was genius, but it only would have been genius if it actually stayed. The design actually ended up working, which didn't quite.
Okay, I'm gonna have a question that may be very stupid, but like outside of the like what like in the main component, is there a difference between the like cooking oil and the mined oil? I know that there are a lot of different stuff. Like the mined oil has some additional sulfur to it, while the cooking oil has some like seed thingamajigs. But in the main ingredient, is there a difference?
I haven't got a clue.
Like, are the hydrocarbons different?
Yeah.
Considerably.
I haven't got a clue. I'd imagine yes, simply because, well, the hydrocarbons tend to be carcinogenic, don't they? So, I'd imagine that probably. Like, I don't think cooking oil would be legal to
oils
sell.
used in cooking are fatty
But-
acids.
Chemistry-wise, I have no idea.
Oils from the ground are like straight hydrocarbons. They're not fatty acids.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, one of them are straight carbohydrates. The other ones are gay. That's the difference. Everyone knows that.
Actually, they're trans.
Not mutually exclusive.
Well, I feel like for the sake of correctness, you know. Not to
Oh
say
yeah,
they
for the
are
sake of
mutually
political
exclusive.
correctness, you leftist
No, not
communist.
political.
you you went silent so quick.
I'm trying to figure out what that's supposed to mean. You leftist communist. I live in the least left and least communist area ever.
There's nothing funnier than calling an American a leftist communist.
Our idea of left wing is like slightly less right wing. Not quite as extreme right.
We went to politics quickly.
You brought it up!
I just call people like communists when that's an end the
Not to get
sentence there.
political or
I just call
anything,
people
but
communists.
You probably have this ideology.
I just like calling people libtards. I think it's funny.
I mean, it is funny, but it is also political.
Oh damn it, you politics people! You can't you leave anything alone? Isn't
I think
anything
they're called
sacred?
politicians.
So I realized that it was a stupid question I asked. I studied this. I did learn.
Yeah,
this
like
in
out of the
school.
three of us here, you're the one that would probably most likely know anything about the topic. So
Yeah,
it was kind of
learn
an.
it. Like,
It wasn't a dumb question. It was the choice to ask it in this circumstance was dumb.
The question isn't dumb, but you might be for asking it after you've been educated on it.
No, it's kind of like me asking Flame like, how to call memory most efficiently. You know, like the question itself, it's fine, but why did I ask Flame about that?
you know, I feel super dumb because I did learn both of them in a very depth of very yeah.
In depth.
So
Yes.
what? People can learn stuff and then they forget. Should never ridicule people for asking questions, unless they're asked. Okay, so here's the thing, I refuse to ever call anyone dumb for asking question honestly. There are times when people ask it dishonestly. The most annoying bit being the you're using too many physics words, not enough physics sentences kind. Fuck it. That Remco was such a line with that. That's honestly that Remco dropped the bar when he said that. But so that is an example of like people of when I do think people are asking dumb questions is when they're trying to ask a question just to seem smart, not really looking for an answer. But if someone asks an honest question, I don't think it's ever dumb. Doesn't matter how like simple, obvious something might be. Knowledge isn't inherent.
The only reason I feel dumb is because if I had been awake for a little longer than, I don't know, 20 minutes, then I wouldn't have asked this question.
See,
Then I
you see,
wouldn't-
now you're losing me because now you're giving like an excuse for asking a question to save face, and that I am losing respect in. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit. I have so many ideas on how to improve this design, and I've been waiting. I have just been waiting. Oh my god, there is a metallic screw! There is a metallic screw in between two giant ass electromagnets. Just get
I wonder
out!
who put that there.
Get out! My cat is just causing havoc in the background. Just what fell? What did you drop? Hold on, that came from my bathroom and I keep a lot of glassware in there. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Out. Okay. Okay, good news. It was just a mop.
Schrodinger's bathroom.
Schrödinger cat's bathroom.
No, Schrodinger's bathroom because he doesn't know if the cat broke anything until he looks inside.
Yeah, no, Schrödinger's bathroom because whenever the cat goes in, I'm not sure that if it's dead or alive.
Thank you for explaining the joke I just explained.
No, I made a different joke.
What are you meowing at me at? You're causing, you little demon. Fucking. Okay, no. This place is off limits. There is too much glass. And it's mostly filled with chemicals. There we go. Like,
And not the edible kind.
yeah, my kitchen is a pretty rough place to be.
And not the other edible kind.
Anything is edible if you're not a coward.
You can consume anything if you're not a coward. Edible means it's either, you know, food or the other kind of edible.
I have known people for whom the other kind of edible was still food. They derived a lot of nutritional value from it.
That's concerning.
You know, beer doesn't have all that many nutritional things in it. That's why you gotta drink a lot of it.
I wasn't talking about beer.
I know. But the beer
Okay.
is the... how the joke goes. Okay. 2 screws left. Okay.
He says 2 screws left, but I count 1, 2, 3, 4.
2
5,
screws for the
6,
most
7.
annoying part, the rest is easy.
Oh,
That's because right here all the screws were like vertically along with the entire structure, so you needed to... I don't know how I screwed it on, to be honest. It's really impressive. There we go. My 2 biggest electromagnets are taken care of, and that's the most important bit.
now we've just got to figure out how to make this better, and I have several ideas too, but you don't want to hear them from me because you're trying to figure this out yourself.
Exactly. Fucking hell, why? Just why? Who built this? I must have been
I've got
drunk.
terrible news about that.
I swear, I must have been drunk. There is no other explanation.
I mean,
I should get drunk right now and then design it, actually, because
No.
then that would be a valid excuse, wouldn't it?
no, because then you'll be mad putting it together, and that's even worse.
I already am not putting it together. You think I wouldn't be able to design the robot drunk?
Taking it apart. I don't think you managed to. I think you failed designing it sober.
I don't change much when I'm drunk. To be fair, my sample size is 1, but the one time I did get drunk, I was explaining quantum mechanics to prove that I'm sober, so...
I need to hear that.
You've already heard that story so many times. That's one of my favorite, like, little facts about myself. The one time I got drunk, I was trying to prove that I can still think. I knew I was drunk, because I could feel it like crazy. But I was trying to prove that I can still think when I'm drunk, so I just went on to explain quantum mechanics. Like how to find a particle in the region.
Like, I never heard it, I only,
Mention it a lot.
only heard the part when you almost killed yourself with your own vomit.
Oh, yeah, that also happened. That happened later on. That's mainly because I was very competitive about my drinking. I was kind of... Let's just say that when I started drinking then, I wanted to get drunk, right? I didn't want to drink alcohol. Alcohol tastes like shit. For me, it was a simple goal.
Drinking. Wild.
Oh, this one I can just unscrew like this. That's convenient. Oh, that's so many. Okay.
was a concerning sound. Oh
That
yeah, I
was the
see
camera.
screen now.
Give me a second, I need to fix this. I'll be right back.
Alright, I'm not watching the stream, what do you expect?
Okay, I'm back again. My card lands lesson? I'm just kidding, it's a card, of course it didn't.
So you're asking the impossible.
I stand by my claim that cats are idiots. And I...
Well, yes.
Where did I put the... Hey, oh, there it is.
So you already said a bunch of stuff about how to train a cat and make a cat learn. Make it just doesn't listen.
Because it's not gonna live that long. It's not worth my effort. Okay, there we go. And now all I need to do is just snap a gear somehow. Okay. Sweet. So right here we've got a conical gear on the left. And then wait, is the... Oh, hold on, I think the shutter speed is screwed up again.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. So right here we have a conical gear on the left. Like this. And we need to somehow detach it, which I mean, I suppose the Dremel would be the easiest way to do it.
if you hold up a what's the word I'm looking? If you hold up a rotary tool that isn't a Dremel, I'm going to be severely disappointed because that means I was wrong and I can't do that.
It is a Dremel, don't worry.
It's for cutting things. It's got tiny wheels and stuff.
It's a Dremel. I forgot the word,
Okay.
but it is a Dremel. Yes. No, let me first detach absolutely everything, and only then we'll deal with the problems.
Holds up a circular saw. Dremel.
Let's have a chainsaw. It's really big Dremel.
It's one of them tank drive Dremels.
Let's have a knife. Power tool, my favorite. I could also hold up a screwdriver, you never know.
Can you believe it? The liberals want to take away my gas-powered chainsaw.
Fucking get off. That's it. Oh, there's... Hold on, there was actually some chemical glassware on... thank goodness it just dropped the one thing. The one thing on the table that wasn't chemical glassware. That's lucky.
If you continue like this, you'll remove yourself from this plane of existence.
I'll remove it from this plane of existence.
It might take care of itself.
No. I want to. I'm gonna. Why can't you just sleep like a normal cat?
Hi there, Lycon.
Getting this cat was a mistake. Hi, Lycan, hi. No, you are no longer allowed here. There we go. Ah, there we have it. Now I actually. Oh, that's how. Oh, I see. I may not need to cut it. Well, may not need to cut this one. The other ones also cut, but I may not actually need to cut this one after all. That's because there is another way. I reckon.
Do you mean the organic chemistry discretion? Because I enjoyed that.
I do have to say, Lycan, you do have a lot of meth theme questions. I just remember once when you joined in and asked about if there is a way. First, you were asking about the certain. Oh, what is it? The thing you get to.
Chirality.
No. Chirality is the word I remember. The thing that's like chiral of meth. It's used for like.
Nasal spray?
Yeah, but the specific kind of nasal spray.
Oh.
Right, I don't remember. The point is, you were asking about that nasal spray, and then you asked if there is a way to remake a molecule. If you have a molecule that's just has a different chirality, which was a bit on the nose when you get the two questions next to each other.
Pun intended.
Pun very much intended. You're welcome.
I don't think I know enough about math to understand why this is on the nose.
Because it's talking about nasal spray.
Yeah, I understand the pun, but I don't understand why all this relates to math.
It's because there is a molecule that's chiral to just a mirror copy of meth that has like typical medicinal usage. And Lycan was first asking about that molecule, and then was asking if there is a way to make a molecule into its mirror copy. Which is a bit on the nose if you have two questions next to each other like that. Okay, I need to get my bearings in order now. Hi, all the important things I don't remember asking, so sorry. It's fine. I've had worse questions on these streams.
You're welcome.
Okay. What is the worst thing that Lemon has asked? Lemon, almost all of their questions were just about advanced maths for Reblox. And that was kind of it.
It could be worse. Could be basic math.
Or acidic.
I mean, it'd be concerning on a completely different level. So, addition, you know? What is it?
You're interesting, well, that's a good question. How would you define addition?
Repeated incrementation.
Repeated incrementation.
Yeah.
So for example, when you have 2 plus minus 4. Or when you have 2 plus 3i, how is that repeated incrementation?
I didn't say it was a good definition.
See, the basic questions sometimes strike a nerve. They sometimes get it right on, or what makes math so interesting. Half an hour to just unscrew everything, jeez. Well, at least we got a bunch of screws, that's convenient. In this economy, hey. Incrementation vertically. Genius. Went back and forth between what's 3 times 8 and prove that the generalized Stokes theorem holds true for all manifolds. No, it was only generalized Stokes theorem. Like, exclusively and only. Okay, so now all we need to do is just take out all of these bearings. All of them. All of them. And there is a pretty significant amount. There we go. These are all the bearings that we need to get. Some of them would be simple, for example right here, I just got one, how convenient. Other ones will need to snap the gears, which will be a tad more annoying. Okay, so we got the first bearing already. Yeah. There we go. Reduce, reuse, recycle. I ain't buying more bearings. We're gonna use these. Oh, there we go. Snaps off. See, the little ones are easy. The little ones really do snap off. The big ones are gonna be the problem. Unless I can find a workaround, in which case they won't be. Timon, for the love of everything that's good in this world, please turn on noise suppression on Discord.
Better?
Absolutely. Well, it is actually, yeah.
Alright, I just decrease the sensitivity.
Okay, there we go.
YTTY told me that noise suppression makes me absolutely unhearable.
Discord considers you noise. Hi DTG, how you doing? Hi and welcome. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So those are all the tiny gear bearings. Now it's time for the big gear bearings, which means these four. And I really do like these four because they're really thin, which is, well, it's nice. But how are we gonna get them out? If I remember correctly, these are actually two different plastic components, and if I just apply a little bit of pressure, that should just lift it up. At least that's the theory. That's the theory indeed. They are definitely two different components, but how are we gonna lift them up? A game theory in fact indeed. No, I'm just gonna turn off, so I'm just... There we go. There we go. There we go. Make it. I've recently gone down a rabbit hole of some sort of molecule that's sort of the skeleton of lots of neurotransmitters. It's called phenethylamine. Oh, you're gonna have me look it up now, won't you? What's this? The shape is... Ha! Is it
Show it on stream.
Natural... hold on. I need... Okay. Damn it, there's the wrong one. Add location output capture, yes, Discord. There we go. There, now I think it works. It's this one. This. Alright, you've gone down that kind of you've gone that kind of rabbit hole. What got you down the rabbit hole? Ah. Okay. Well, that's almost what I wanted. And now I've made it significantly more difficult for myself. That's great. I might need to get the Dremel. Looking at the human body. Look up nanopit and nanokit. Do I actually need to look it up? Because not gonna lie, if I'm gonna look it up just to look at the structure again and then completely close the tab, come on, get off. You're not getting off. You're doing everything but getting off. Alright.
I'm gonna look it up then. Alright, this was worth looking up.
Really? I swear it's gonna be. Seen it before.
Me too, but I thought it was just a joke, but it turns out it exists.
Oh, that works tremendously well. Okay, that works. Because now we should be able to just push the bearing through the thing. I said we'll be able to push the bearing through the thing. It doesn't really feel like we're able to push the bearing through the thing. Come on. Ah, shit. Told me okay. I am so close to getting my Dremel. Which would be really difficult to actually use in this scenario, but... We might just not use it. You know what? I'm leaving these bearings here for now. I don't actually know if we'll need them. We'll see. We have those just in case. So there we go. That's Botty disassembled. Now that we've got Botty disassembled, it's time to remake Botty in my image. And by that I mean it's time to make it glorious. Okay, so first we start with what actually? That's a good question. What do we start with? What do we start with first? I imagine the base plate. That's what I would imagine. We'd go first. So let's go with plate. And so here we'll have. Actually, no. The first probably wouldn't be the best as a plate. The first one. Best would probably be the parts that we will use later on. So, shit. Yeah, okay. So what we need to do is we need to measure up all of the different parts that we have and then create as accurate as possible models of them. And then once we have that, we can, well... Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. So, new file, right away, part, and let's call it the motor. Make it exe requires more RAM. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of mental effort to start a design. Improve improving upon a design is easy. Starting one from scratch is difficult. Because in the very beginning you have no basis for what to go off of, you know? Later on you can like compensate in relation to other parts. But when you have no parts, then it's tricky. 37.5, I imagine. $37.5. Little things that will happen. Okay. Then what we have is we have it going upwards, and goes upwards by. Well, it would appear to be 57. It's difficult. 57. All right. Appears to be right. Then at the back, and then at the front. At the front we have a little bit of a cylinder with 4.5 millimeters upwards. Right. Wait, no, 4.5 millimeters upwards. I'm an idiot. 5. It's actually 5 and 13. Wait, does the four colors make a logo are 4 patient colors, but in different order? There is some rhyme and reason there. It's just a long story to explain. Technically, it's meant to be grid.
Sorry, go on.
Excuse me, sir.
No, not gonna go on. Alright.
I don't have anything going off. That's.
Yeah. David's message just got me off guard. See ya, David, by the way.
2 meters height, 3 millimeters width. Perfection-ish. Perfection-ish, that's because then... Actually, let's do 8.5 instead. 8.5. Perfection-ish because
Yeah.
we need the gear.
Yeah, you got it right, David. Like... Yep. It just got me off guard because first, I'm not expecting to see Hungarian text over chat, and second, it feels so random yet still accurate.
So 1.5 from the top.
It means chimney cake eater. And I mean, I do like chimney cake, it's just so random.
As we all know, random equals funny. 1.5.
You know, it got me off guard because of the randomness.
And that's exactly what I want to do. I know to you seem very strong, but before you can find me. Yeah, so this would be the divide by. Oh shit. That's 8.6. 8.5. Eight point five, then that divided by that minus 3. So 2.75. I think it's 2.75. I'm pretty certain. Not really. Revolve cut? No. What I want is revolve boss base around axis being. Oh shit, don't I have like. Okay, yeah, so I need an axis first. Gotcha. Beautiful. This will be our gear. Sick and sweet. Hi, the cutscene. Hi and welcome. Now all we need to do is we need to somehow cut into it. Which, how difficult should that be? Good question. Alright. We need to cut into it to represent the teeth. Jeez, this is rough. And this is just the first part. Ain't that fun?
Is that for Botty?
It is for Botty, in fact, yeah. Remaking Botty completely. A millimeter, okay. I gotta go. Alright, bye Mashrid, bye, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
We need a millimeter going in. Then how many of them do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 12. We have 12. So we have 12 teeth, which would also mean 12 cats. So we need to make 12 cuts into it. And each cut has to go a millimeter in, I think. Let's do a millimeter in and then. Nah, shit. No. There is a hotkey for just turning on a tutorial to SolidWorks? That's curious. Okay, so 1. Then what we want is we want from it to go off as a teeth thing, which we could calculate based on the grease, which would be really painful, or we could, in fact, eyeball it, which I like more, to be completely honest. So style spline, and let's do it like this. Let's do 0.6. 0.6. And we'll just have to eyeball it. Right. Is this the 3D printer app? What was it making doing? This is SolidWorks. It's for designing things. But yeah, I'm gonna design for 3D printing, so pretty close. Oh, fuck. How am I gonna do that? Okay, we need another center line at the right height. Going like this. And then this is going to be 0.3, and this is going to be 0.3. Because the whole point is that they need to be equal. Then we're going to have yet another center line. This time with 0.5? I have no clue. How's your cat doing? Messing up everything. It's awful. It almost broke the camera, this stream.
Cat being cat.
It is pissing me off.
Already.
Okay, there we go. I think this should be good. I'm fairly decently certain. But no, wait, because this is a because this is a millimeter, and so we need the peak to actually reach the millimeter. What are we doing? Which means right here we should have a separate line to use as a reference. Yeah, no. We need to have a separate line to use as a reference, and we need to have a separate line to use. To be fair, I just realized I don't actually need to model this gear that well. But whatever! We're stuck here. I'm doing it. Let's do 4. Now, I am pretty certain that if I just increase this number to a 7... Oh, you little cheesy bugger. Which means we can delete this. And we can increase these numbers, 0.6. 0.7. 0.9. 95. 1. Oh, it makes sense at the half. Right, that does track. Okay, perfect. My little dog's the same thing in the back, so don't complain about it. What is that? What is that comment? I don't have a dog. I have a cat.
Bird.
I don't have a dog that's annoying me. I have a cat that's annoying me.
You have 2 cats that are annoying you.
This. Oh wait, is that direction? I don't care about that. Entities. Oh, entities to pattern. That's what I'm missing. There we go. We need 12 of them. Yeah, I knew I fucked it up. Fortunately, though, I'm pretty certain that if we just increase these from 0.5 to 1, or even 1.2, is good enough? I hope it is, or whatever. Doesn't matter.
You will explode in 5 seconds.
What's your problem? Hydroatomic! Jeez, it's been a while since I've seen you. Hi there! How you doing? Hi! Naked, when is your second quaternion video coming out? I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun with practical videos at the moment. So, when I get bored of them, don't know how long that's gonna take. in this case, I imagine the problem is these intersections. I have no clue. I think that's the reason. Because this should be enclosed, shouldn't it? Unless I need to match it perfectly, in which case 15, I'm guessing. I'm guessing this would be it then. Yeah, that was the problem. Okay, good. There we go. I have made a gear, behold. Spicy politics. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's actually taking a lot of effort nowadays for me to ignore them on stream. That's just a sine wave in disguise. Not really, because I modeled it manually. Okay. So then what we want is we want... Oh, we want actually a couple of things. Yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, we do. That's because, you see, first of all, we need the dongles. Thought we were burning a fusion reactor, sad. Unfortunately. Not quite the budget.
He's actually making a homemade RTG.
$29. They are 29 away from each other. And they're 0.5 millimeter in thickness. The inner parts are 20. No, the outer parts would be 29. Outer parts would be 29 away from each other, and they would be 0.5 millimeter in thickness. So 0.5. Not feet, that would be a bit much. 29 divided by 2, that's 14.5. Like this. And then we need the width to be correct. And the width would be a 4 millimeters, which means we want this side 2 millimeters away, and we want this side to be 2 millimeters away. There we go. Proper. Then we extrude it for how much? 6.5. Oh, beautiful. We've got the motor, but there's one more thing I would like to add, and that's the fact that it's kind of difficult to see. But at the front of the motor, right here, and right here, on the two sides, like this, those holes are actually mounting holes, and an M3 screw fits in there perfectly, which means that we would like to actually add them in as well. Good about 30 minutes. Alright, David. Have a good one. Okay. Oh. The cylinders, the rough middles of the cylinders are like 24.5 millimeters away. And roughly on the same height as... Okay. So... 24.5 divided by 2, that's 1225, correct? Then we use it to make, not a whole wizard, damn it, I pressed the wrong thing. There we go, we've got our motor, and I mean it looks like the real thing, doesn't it? It really does look like the real thing. I would say so. Close enough. Certainly. So this will be the thing that will power Botty. Now, damn it. Now we're back to issue number 1, which is the fact that we need to somehow plan the entire design and then start designing it, which... Alright, here was my idea. My idea was that we would have a plate like this, okay? And then we'd have one motor going... We have two motors, one in the front, one in the back. And the front one would actually go to the right, the back one would go to the left. And then we'd basically just have a transmission system going through like this. And they would both meet at the middle, where they would be used to power the tracks, like so. And that would give us quite a fair bit of space. We wouldn't have to make the entire thing too wide, which is nice. But then the track system, that's what we would need to fix. Ideally, we'd use some kind of like gear generator. That's because we want them to be at an optimum distance from each other, which actually isn't quite as simple as it would seem on paper. But we can manage. Alright, for now what we're going to do is we're going to make a simple plate with a simple case for the motor. And that's it. Alright, motor case. Do we want... Well, we could have just mounting holes at the front. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Simple square. And how big will the square be? Well, I imagine a bit bigger than this. I could just use the case I've already made, which is this one. You know, I'm doing it from scratch. 13, 35, 37, of course, not 13. So 40, I imagine, could even be enough. But we would probably like it to be ever so slightly bigger. How about we do... I think it's this, actually. This one is 40. So 40 could be enough. Yeah, let's do 40. Alright, 40. Hi the class, hi and welcome. Okay, perfect. We've got the basis square into which we'll fit in our motor. Now, it doesn't need to be actually all that big. That's because we have the mounting screws at the front. It's convenient. Alright, so we don't need it to be that big. Let's just do a solid 20. Or 30. Alright, first we need the... Yeah, let's do 13, a bit more. Let's do 13.5. Right, and then the mounting holes, which will be at the sides. Perfect at the sides, with... What's the distance? I already forgot. It's... Right. My mind went just blank for a second. That was 24.5, wasn't it? So that was 24.5 divided by 2, that's 12.25. So 12.25 of a distance. And then the entire thing thickness, that's we want to be for an M3, which normally would be 3, but we're gonna go above to a 4, just because it makes things ever so slightly easier. And there we go. Now we're gonna print it on this side, so this should be printable. And the reason why we're gonna print on this side is because we'll have an additional thing going off the sides. And that will be our mounting. Right. Yes, I think 2, that should be fine. Alright, perfect. Ish. No, I think this is good actually. There we go. I think. Oh, but if we print it on this side, then this might actually not be... will it be enough? Will it be enough? That's a good question. That's a good question. Hyman, do you live at the airport?
No.
It's so loud.
I mean, it is an airplane.
Okay. So there we have it, the motor case. Now we need to roughly decide what would be the size of Botty. Roughly. That's because, well, this is a problem because we don't know how difficult it will be to fit everything in later on. I think 160 by 90 may be good. For now, yeah, we're dealing with 160 by 90. Equations with it will be equal to 90, and then height. Let's just call it a W. Why are we going with it? Width, that's ridiculous. 160. Okay. Now this is going to be equal to W. I said equal to W. And this is going to be equal to height. Then, in order to center it in the middle, we'll have equal to W divided by 2, and then equal to height divided by 2. Make it live chat. I've been on live chat this entire time, Bob. Don't worry.
Hi there, Bev.
Perfect-ish. This tool, just like something a bit more chunky. 0.5 centimeter. That's thick. That is indeed thick with a capital TH. My calves have died. What happened? No. Oh, you're sick and a fever. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better.
I get better. Get well soon. And what are calves?
And on your legs. That's as close I can give you.
Oh, those muscles. Ah, yeah. I'm guessing because of the trip. The hike.
Unless of course I do this. Well, that would be quite clever.
Wait, did you catch a cold or something? Or... No, maybe I'm high, but can you catch a cold in India?
Hold on.
No, it's not cold there. So...
I need to add maybe I'm high, but can you catch a cold in India? Send me a quote. Okay, what's the size of...
I'm just having the best questions today, don't I? Okay, but you can't just have a fever on its own. Like, the fever is always a response to something.
Shit, that feels wrong.
Okay, but like... Fever is is not a disease. Fever is your body's reaction to a disease. Like you can't just catch a fever. There's a you catch something, and to that your body responds with a fever.
Yeah, I think
you
the
can't.
implication was the time in that, Buff's brother got something that caused the fever and then infected his mom's sister, and then it got Buff. I think that was the implication.
Okay, but okay, that's really sad, and I hope your family is doing fine soon. But like,
Be a centimeter, at least. That's because right here will have.
slept all yesterday. That sounds like COVID a bit.
Can I do a circular pattern with just direction? Right. Perfect-ish, almost, if I could only pick the center.
It can be the fever that makes you feel like you're dead. Like, I mean, depending on the level of the fever, I guess. Like, I had slight fevers before where I just decided to just put on a mask and go to the parade in a neighboring country because why not? I wasn't that sick anyways. I did pass out a few times, but that's not the point. But like, and there's the other kind where I just lay in bed entire day and sleep and suffer and stuff like that when it's like really bad.
Man fever.
I'm back. What's happening?
Timon is telling us about his man fever that he had.
Oh, I have a fever too, actually.
Right now.
Yes,
You have man fever, or do you have just a fever?
month. What the fuck is a man fever?
Well, man fever is when you're basically dead because you have 38 degrees Celsius fever. That's man fever.
I have 30 degrees. I'm fucking alive. I'm chilling. I'm not Timon, maybe that's why.
There's a male stereotype that when men get sick, they just overreact by a lot.
What?
Yes, the man fever.
You overreact. I don't overreact. You know?
Yeah, because you don't have man fever.
I have gay ass fever. That's 37.9 degrees. It was 0.1 degree more. That would be man fever. My bad, sorry. Maybe that's why.
Wait, hold on. Let me dig up that meme.
What is this dead chat gamers? I don't know. With the fever talk, apparently didn't get anyone speaking.
Yeah, apparently fever is just so unrelatable to normal humans who never get sick, you know?
I don't ever get sick. I think getting sick is for
You
weaklings.
never go outside, that's why.
I go outside all the time. I've been outside so many times that outside's been me. Why can't I move this?
Yeah, sure.
Why can't I move the Oh shit, no, that's not what I wanted at all. No, first we want the plates. Here we go, yeah. And now it's time to see if I've done it properly.
I don't get the fucking man fever meme. Do women enjoy having fucking fever? Timon, did you used to enjoy having fever?
Shit, I've done it backwards. Oh shit, I've done it backwards. Fuck. Hi, Ninja. Ninja was in your dream today.
What?
I fucked it all up. I need to just.
Now we have to fuck it all back down.
I do have to fuck it back down.
I found the meme and shared it in the live voice channel and
One plus.
shared it
That would be
in
nice.
Checkups too. Like the general.
I that meme.
Yeah, I know, Bev, that you can't access that channel. That's why I shared it in general as well.
Why can't Bav access that channel?
Because
The
he's a giver.
live voice
Oh,
channel.
the live voice channel. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you meant the stream, the child channel, and I. This is the proper way, because that's the forward. Continue, ignore error, close, alright. Could be worse, that's because right here. I'm sorry, what is the error this time? Could not find faceplane. But everything compiled properly, what do you mean? Oh my goodness, okay.
How do you fucking get syntax errors in a fucking design software?
No clue. Like we're gonna die.
Well, Bev, the doodad's name is Botty now, and it's dead.
I kind of, yeah.
What he meant to say is you're misnaming the do that, and do that it will kill you now because it's Prime Mon.
Just a special killing feature in Botty.
Yes.
For everyone who
course.
dead names Botty, they just burst into flames.
Yeah.
Skeleton Divine Dead Blast. Beat off the drums. Came here with someone.
Block button isn't enough. I want them dead.
Wait, how? Then we need to figure out the proper distance, which, if I'm gonna guesstimate, it's going to be 46. I think so. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now if we go back to the assembly part, all of the mates are broken. Hold on everyone, I'm mating Botty. This is important, give me a second.
Hey yo, what
Make
will
it
Jesse think
mating
about that?
machines. What a surprise. I would not have guessed that in ever.
Yeah, make it mating tutorial, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Someone. Let's damn it. Ah, the mates are so annoying to deal with sometimes. There we go. Oh, perfection. Look at it. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Now it's time for the other one.
You're right on that, Ninja.
VR Technophile, yeah. You got a problem with that? Like, look at humans and then look at machines and then try to tell me I'm wrong.
My kid designing a mating press.
Okay, that got me laughing way more than I admit to. That's pretty funny. Okay. Okay. So, then... Like an infusion, this is my strange addiction. Have you seen Trained and Satisfactory? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Then, what we do is we get back to plate. And right here, we do another sketch. This time, we do it higher. Ah, what should be the distance between that in the middle? Well, that would be 20. There we go. And then this one would be 37? I think. Might be wrong. Well, easy way to check. $38. Thank goodness I checked.
The lack of perspective makes my brain think that I'm the lack of perspective makes my brain
We can tell.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
The lack of perspective makes your brain and then just fill in the blank.
Think that I'm tripping. Yeah, I did it.
It's giving you a brain job.
Tell. Yeah, we could actually tell. Alright, how long is the motor? It's roughly 57, but let's do 58 just for good measure. Oh, why not? Let's go for broke. 59. Hell. Imagine 2 onions. Heck, imagine 3. There we go.
No, I want
500
onion
onions.
bread.
Then. Oh wait, but this is in the middle. Ah, thank goodness I thought ahead. Oh, you won't let me, so I need to do it like this. That would be 20 plus 6, so 26. I think plus 6. Okay. Oh, right, seems close enough. Then 20, and then 6. And then what was this again? That was 59. There we go. And now we get back to Botty. You can see that we can, in fact, mate the motor properly. Oh yeah. There we go. I kind of would prefer it actually to be a bit... Actually no, we don't need it to, because they will snap from top down. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. This will be the basis for Botty. From there on, what we need to do is we need to design some kind of transmission system that will go from the back to the front. Actually no, from the back to the middle. And then it will have to meet in the middle, hopefully transmit enough to actually cause movement. Oh, it's gonna be such a pain. That's because... yeah, I'm not certain actually how I'm gonna do it. So basically... And then we need to... But how are we gonna do it from sideways? Ah, that's a good question. We could make like... Hi there, Italian mapper. How are you and your schizophrenia? I'm well.
Hi, Italian mapper. I heard you missed me.
I refuse to believe that to be true.
Remember, if you don't care about ethics as an engineer, there's always working at texture because you made that Lockheed Martin.
And this is the welcome I get? The welcome I receive after being away for so long?
What?
Oh shit. How about we just place a gear? Oh, but we need a gear generator. Okay, you know what? Let's tackle this one problem at a time. what we need, because here's the thing, for any gear there's an optimal distance for them. So here's the pickle we're gonna have to like put it all into perspective. We can't print gears with too small of teeth, because if the teeth are too small, then the printer just won't be able to handle them. The teeth can't be too large either, because if they're too large, then we won't be able to fit too many ratios in. So the smaller the gear, the more ratios we can fit in. The bigger the gears, the bigger the teeth, I mean, the easier it is to print. So we need to find the sweet spot.
What if you don't print them? You buy them or something
They're
out
really
of metal or
expensive.
some shit.
They're really expensive, especially for the amount we need. So then what we need is we basically have like certain set of discrete lengths. Certain set of discrete lengths that we can merge together and all together. So basically we'll have like a certain set of line sizes that we'll have, and then out of these line sizes we need to create a path that ends exactly in the middle and at the exact right height. To be fair, the height may vary, so that's good. That's something we can control. But it has to be perfectly in the center. And then only once we do that, then we have the gears in place. And then around those gears, we'll need to create like a stand to hold those gears up in place. Also, the gears cannot be too small because our bearings are this big, which is actually really massive. Which means the gears would have to be pretty large by themselves. Which means that the smallest possible length is already pretty big. Okay, how difficult could that be?
Okay, so that Italian mapper, I shall make it Discord server link, like join there, I'm active there, so you can nag me with manual breeding. And Bev, you please do tell us about the sword you brought. Like, come, do tell us about the sword.
Yo, self-advertising on Make It Stream, ain't no way.
Do it first. There we go. We will have our module. I like a 1 would be nice. A 1 would be certainly nice. Number of teeth. It would be neat to have like a 12 that then goes into like a 60 maybe. Pressure angle. Oh, is that pressure angle? Right. In SolidWorks, we do have the toolbox in which we can go into the power transmission and gears. And then we can generate number of teeth. Pressure angles 12, 20 or 14. We'll check which one yields the smallest distance. 20 and 14.5. 36 millimeters. Oh, it's the same. Why do you need them? Okay, so 36 millimeters.
Bev, you can murder with anything if you're committed enough.
No, I don't know the context we make it saying it's pretty big. I was talking about my...
Well, definitely not that.
my caliper, you dirty animals. What's he making now? I'm making a robot. It's just funny because I started live stream by dismantling a robot I've made. It's Circle of Life. Okay. 36 millimeters, that's not bad. Is it? That's no, not bad at all. Okay, so here is what we need. We will have 1260. So first of all, module will be 1. Then 12 to 60 will mean 36 millimeters. That's the distance between 12 to 60. Then let's do something different. Let's do like 30 to 60. That's 45, alright. So 30, 60, that's 45 millimeters. And then 12 to 30, just for good measure. So 12 to 30, that's 20. Okay. So these will be the discrete values we can deal with. And only then around that we need to make design. Okay, so the ratio would be, if I'm not mistaken, 5 to 1.5. Okay, so now what is the distance between where our gear begins and the exact middle? Well, the distance would be, we can check it right here. It starts 10 way, then 30. So 30 from the top, whilst 45 from the top is the middle. Which means that the distance between where the gear starts is where our gear will start, and he will be the middle. And this is 30 millimeters. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Is that right? No, has to be wrong. 30
By Italian
millimeters
mapper.
By Italian mapper. Oh yeah, I was doing it wrong. Because it's 60. Okay, so the size of the entire thing is 160. Which means 160 divided by 2, that's 80. And then 80 minus 30, which means this distance is 50. Which means we need to somehow add together these distances at different angles in order to achieve as high of a possible transmission in the span of 50 millimeters. Right, no, that's fine, whatever. That's good. We can start with the gear being 12. We'll just need to make like a little adapter from the whatever the module is on the motor into the module 1, which we will be using. And then good luck with your robot. Thank you, I might need it. And then we just need to do it. I'm going to make oh, I can model in here, that's nice. Okay, so we'll have a line going like this. Right here, smart dimension. For now, we'll just do about 20. We'll see what gets to that later on. So, we start at this point right here. And then what we need is the discrete distances. Right. On it. So first things first, we're gonna go a bit up and we'll try to do 12 to 60. Which is, 36. There we go. This will be our first one, which will give us a ratio of 5. Then, hopefully we'd like to go straight down, I imagine. Because going straight down is efficient. And you could do another 12 to 60, which would be another 36. Well, we need to do only 12 to 60s, don't we? Will this distance be enough? Well, if we design it properly, I think. I hope. I wish. What's this distance? That's 28. Okay, so now what we need? Shit. It's 28. Okay. Because we could do that at 1260, which would give us 125 of a ratio. Is 125 enough? I think the previous body had 3 layers, but that is a guess again. So we would probably like 525, ideally. I think. Which would mean 36 again. And then this, we'd like to go onto this line, which we could do with some kind of shorter distance, 21. That's 12 to 30. So we could do this with 21.
Okay, guys, this summer heat and humidity is just suffocating me, so I need to go to another room for 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Right by 13.79. Okay, this is what we deal with then. And this. Oh shit! I knew it! Wrong measurement. Absolutely wrong measurement. The measurement we were supposed to take is this. Go, 21. Yes! Beautiful. We can delete this now and go straight down like so. And then the
I
height
guess
we get
not-
is...
Hmm.
What?
No, nothing.
Okay. What does these rectangles make it? Which rectangles? You mean these? That's just me setting the distance, the length. Okay. Okay. So at each one of these points is where we will get a gear. And then what we need to do is we need to design a gear system that will have the bearings on the inside. Yeah. And then once we have done that, hopefully right here we will have the final gear with the correct transmission that will go out, and then from it we'll just need to build the track system, and then once we have the track system, we're basically finished. That's all the difficult parts done. Oh, it's quite tedious. Okay. Anyway. I think it might be it for this stream. It's been quite tiring. Yeah, it really has been.
Yeah, I like kind of lost the plot when you started to talk about gear ratios.
It's just me trying to like get as much talk possible in the slim amount of space I have. Oh, I am gonna go now. Go walk on the video. And I suppose for now that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day.